into Croke Park for the clash of the defending league holders and the All-Ireland champions. Here's Ger Canning.
With 2 goals and 43 points to his credit from 9 matches, there's no doubting the threat presented by Meath's Brian Stafford. On a day when the All-Ireland champions welcome back Joe Castles for the county's 10th league final appearance. He's recalled after a long absence, and so the selectors named the identical team as that which beat Cork in last September's final. This means that Terry Ferguson reverts to cornerback, with Martin O'Connell on the same flank, making way for the return of Liam Harnan, who was injured in the quarter-finals. Dublin, the league champions, replaced Charlie Redmond and Anto McCall by drafting Tommy Conroy and Mick Galvin into attack. Conroy was recently injured, suffering thigh and back injuries, and he lines out today at wing forward, with Galvin taking McCall's role at corner forward. However, the success or failure of this Dublin side, unbeaten now in 16 league matches, can hinge on whether Kieran Duff can dominate the half-forward exchanges and whether Joe McNally gets any change out of the dominant Mick Lyons. Pat Lane from Foynes in County Limerick refereeing his second major final at Croke Park in just over 6 months. And the 54th league final is underway between the country's 2 most successful sides, and it's Dublin playing with the breeze in the first half, conceding an early free. Liam Harnan leaving it there for the other Liam Hayes, low in towards Bernard Flynn. Jerry Hargan, Dublin's commanding fullback, intended for Vinnie Murphy, playing at centre forward. Hayes once again. Lean and tenacious looking. Towards Joe Castles, keeping it moving along that channel to Brian Stafford. Pumping it in. O'Leary coming, fisting, finding McKennedy. Declan Bulger, still only 19 years of age. Half blocked down, coming to Stafford, a little chip forward, just overhit. David Beggy there challenging. And we noticed that Beggy and Joe Castles both with heavily strapped thighs. That catch made by Martin O'Connell, the left half back, to Flynn here. Well, he was trying to pick out Castles, or Stafford rather. Here's Kennedy. McCaffrey, the game opening at a very rapid pace. McGalvin. To turn Robbie O'Malley, not an easy task. Good control. Down towards Joe McNally, overhit. Murphy's in there too, and Mick Lyons facing his own goal, pushed and out over the end line. And the referee's whistle sounds for a free out. Pat Lane signalling the free there on Mick Lyons. Was certainly a very lively start. McQuillan kicking into the breeze, just 50 metres out from his own goal. Here's Kieran Duff, the man on whom so much will depend for Dublin. Trying to pick out McNally. Lyons. That's McCaffrey way downfield. And the referee going across and calling over Liam Harnan to have a quick word for him for that dangerous tackle on McCaffrey as he was going through. So the St. Anne's man with that left boot, gently nudging it forward and over the bar for the game's opening score. A free taken by David Dillon. High challenge on Castles. McCaffrey dazed, and that ball very near the sideline. Murphy. Chase for possession here, and Mick Lyons mopping up just about everything, getting there. And that dangerous tackle on Mick Lyons, and Lyons being spoken to there by the referee. And certainly everybody speaking about the match has been expecting that it would be quite a physical game. Noel McCaffrey still down injured on his own 65-metre line. Noel McCaffrey is still looking very dazed indeed, and obviously suffering a nose injury. A doctor, Noel, who's based in London, fit to take his place at centre half back, a very influential player. indication that this is going to be a really tough, physical game of football. Martin O'Connell coming up to take this sideline ball just outside the Dubs 45-metre line. Taken there by Jerry Horgan. Very strong, just in front of goal. Here's Bissett, grabbing his opportunity well in the semi-final. It's taken down nicely by Delap. The chip forward towards McGalvin, outside the 45-metre line. Robbie O'Malley trying to get the shackles on him. That's played nicely by Vinnie Murphy to Noel McCaffrey, happily recovered from a facial injury. 20 metres out, Joe Castle's way back there. McGalvin looking for a second point for Dublin, hangs in the air. McNally was holding, however. The goal won't count. The goal will not count. The referee's whistle had sounded before Delap was there to finish it off. You'll see as that ball came down that McNally was clearly holding his immediate opponent, McLyons, and the referee cancelled the score. Bissett takes it down neatly. Belting it forward towards McNally, and once again a very safe piece of fetching by McLyons. He started very impressively, but this time the referee decides that he holds onto the ball too long. And I think if you're McLyons, you'll argue that it would have been awfully hard to get rid of that ball, because his immediate opponent was really closing down his space. He started well, Lyons, but conceding the free, so a chance of a second Dublin score from a second kickable free. This time it's by Kieran Duff to open his account, hurling it over, and Dublin lead by 2 points to 0. The race for possession in midfield, that's punched down by Bulger, Vinnie Murphy. Jerry McCall in the background there, the Dublin team manager. And a gentle push, or a not so gentle push by Dave Carroll on Bernard Flynn results in a Meath free. Brian Stafford lining up this free. And has he got the range? Yes, he has. That's a terrific kick into the breeze, an angle shot. And Meath opened their account thanks to that fine free by Brian Stafford. Meantime, Declan Bulger, the Dublin midfield player, is in injury trouble at the moment, over near the far sideline. As John O'Leary kicks this ball out, Declan Bulger is receiving attention way on the far side of the field. They grapple for possession. That's Kieran Duff unable to hold on to it. Kicked forward by Liam Hayes, belted away by Mick Kennedy. Robbie O'Malley trying to get there ahead of his opponent. The shoulder by Bissett. The sideline ball for Dublin. Geary to take the sideline ball, with Declan Bulger now operating at full forward, carrying an injury as that's belted in by Delap, and outside and wide. And Bulger now back in midfield, with McNally back at full forward, having completed the switch as Kevin Foley feeds it to the other wing back, to O'Connell. Horgan getting there ahead of Stafford. That's great handling, great fielding by Jerry Horgan, dancing around opponents, trying to link up with Noel McCaffrey, taken low by Liam Hayes, robbed by Kieran Duff. Dublin anxious to get to the ball first time, down towards Vinnie Murphy. If he can just send inside Martin O'Connell, he's away. The young Trinity Gales player, the youngest player in the field at 18, and he has scored a lovely point. That's the first point from play we've had in the game, and Dublin lead by 3 points to 1. So far the match not really living up to expectations, but then The expectations were for a tough, hard, close game of football. As McCaffrey tries to get it across towards Vinnie Murphy, and he has been a really dominant factor in the Dublin half-forward line. Terry Ferguson is down to mark him at the moment. Cross towards Kieran Duff, who hasn't seen too much of the action. He's got a free for a push by Kevin Foley. So another free in a very scoreable position for Kieran Duff. And yes, Dublin leading by 4 points to 1. And a strange match statistic, just one of those points coming so far from play. Here's Bissett. Poor ball given away to McEntee. Chance to set something up here for Meath. And once again it's Jerry Hargan reading the game so well, playing as a sweeper almost back there, linking up with Sinnott, and they once again extricate themselves, or nearly do so from danger, but that's a good follow-up there by Colin O'Rourke, and he is taken down. And so a free into Meath, fouled by Tommy Conroy, in what has been a very edgy first half. Stafford is Meath's only scorer so far. You may say, so what's new? Their leading scorer finding the range for his second point, his second chance of a score, keeping Meath in touch. Hayes grabs onto it. Once again trying to belt this ball forward, but the referee whistling him back. The referee not allowing him the advantage. So David Beggy there, tightly marked by Heary as that free is taken by Brian Stafford. Here's Bernard Flynn, held off by Jerry Hargan, and a free in for Meath. Colm O'Rourke with the left boot is the one who's going to try and swing this one in. For the 7th point of the game, the 6th from a free. So Colm O'Rourke there notching up his 10th point of this league campaign. Harnan taking the sideline ball towards PJ Gillick. To Brian Stafford, shift forward for Flynn. Ball was getting there ahead of Carroll. Lovely turn by Flynn. Saved at the near post, however, by the goalkeeper, and the referee signals that Flynn was being held, as indeed he was, and it's going to be a 13-metre free. And up there on the canal end, some of the fans throwing in some objects there. So Brian Stafford has this chance to tie up the scores, which would be a satisfactory enough position for Meath in this first half as they played against the breeze. 25 seconds into injury time, and it's 4 points apiece. And the referee says that's it. The end of an uninspiring first half. 30 minutes of no frills and even fewer thrills. Just 1 point from play. That was credited to Vinnie Murphy, and the sides going in at half-time level. Dublin 4 points, Meath 4 points. And let's hope the second half will have an awful lot more to offer. It's curious to see these legions of Dubs fans in exile up here on the canal end for the league final, away from their natural habitat, Hill 16, which of course is now under reconstruction. Dublin making a switch on their half-forward line. Vinnie Murphy has gone centre-forward yet again. Tommy Conroy playing on his right. And this is Mick Kennedy, holding off the attention of Colm O'Rourke. Belting it in the general direction of Declan Bolger, but he's outfielded by Jerry McEntee. Towards Brian Stafford, trying to drift away from Jerry Hargan. Well blocked down by Jerry Horgan, who's giving one of the best displays I suppose he's ever given in a Dublin jersey this afternoon. Joe Castles flicking it forward towards Colm O'Rourke. It's cut out by Mick Kennedy, who had to be at his most vigilant, linked up there with Dave Carroll. That's Delap. Both defences well and truly on top. But just as we say that, Dublin are on the burst with McNally. And McNally was fouled as he was belting that ball away by Mick Lyons, and so it's going to be a free from the 20-metre line, and it's also a booking for Mick Lyons for that foul on McNally. Mick Lyons becomes the third player to have his name taken by referee Pat Lane. And so from the 13-metre line, it's Kieran Duff with a very simple top over, and Dublin now enjoying a 2-point lead. McQuillan's kick out to midfield. McEntee trying to hold on to it, aided and abetted there by PJ Gillick, playing it forward for Liam Hayes, drifting into a right half forward position, pursued by McCaffrey. Colm O'Rourke has it, 13 metres out from goal, back to Beggy, overhits the pass intended for Gillick, and it's intercepted here by Declan Bolger, young man who burst on the scene last year. The game begins to come to some kind of life. Joe McNally flicked forward but overhit, easy for McQuillan, finding Jerry McEntee on the wing. Robbie O'Malley, Tommy Conroy making it awfully hard, persistent, and the linesman signalling that it's going to be a Meath ball. And Meath making a change. Joe Castles is, after leaving the field, replaced by Matty McCabe. Three against one, and Colm O'Rourke coming in for some stiff punishment. Quick word to Declan Bolger by Pat Lane. Liam Hayes to take the sideline ball towards Brian Stafford. Here's McCabe just into the action, and he's got a point. It's interesting, 4 of his previous 5 points all came when he came in as a sub, and here he is straight into the action, and he scores from play. Neither side prepared to give too much away, with an eye no doubt to the championship ahead, and of course wanting to win this league. Dublin 16 matches unbeaten at the moment. That's fisted down by Martin O'Connell to McCabe to Ferguson towards Bernard Flynn. Dave Carroll, his marker, and to close down the space, Kevin Foley thought about a pass outside to O'Connell. Good ball, picking up Ferguson unmarked outside the 45-metre line, turning inside towards 2 Dublin tackles, cross to Flynn, good release. Here's Flynn to steady himself, kick and score. Bernard Flynn's opening point of the match, and it's the equaliser, 6 points apiece, and we have 14 minutes remaining. John O'Leary trying to pick out Kieran Duff, succeeding as it came off a defender. What a good run by Duff, well able to carry that ball forward, controlled and good on the ball. Winning Dublin the free just inside the 45-metre line. And Kieran Duff preparing to take this free himself, receiving some encouragement there from Declan Bolger. Kieran Duff has struck 3 frees so far. Opportunity here then to regain the lead for his team. Angles wide, it's a goal by Galvin! Mick Galvin, the scorer. Well, a player with a real goal touch scored in the last round. It came from that lazily struck free. Galvin met it perfectly ahead of his marker and away to the corner. No wonder the flags are flying high on the canal end. Dublin have gone into a 1-goal lead. Meath have scored only 3 points in the second half, despite the fact they've had the aid of a breeze. That's lofted down. Bernard Flynn. Just for a moment he had his goal in his sight, but it's back to Stafford, and Stafford makes no mistake with chances like that. The ace poacher once again, putting just 2 points between the teams. So John O'Leary, who'll take extreme care with this kick out, having tried a short one on 2 occasions, one which nearly resulted in a Meath goal. It's well struck to midfield. Conroy now playing in the centre, giving Dublin a vital extra edge. Robbie O'Malley breaking that one up. There are just 2 points between the sides. The All-Ireland champions being trailed at the moment. O'Malley was fouled as he kicked that ball away. So a free from where the ball ended, which is on the 45-metre line. So Brian Stafford on the 45-metre line. There's just a point between them. A man you can always depend upon in a tight situation, scoring his 6th point of the game. 5 of the 6 coming from frees. So just listen to the buzz now around Croke Park. The fans longing for something to cheer about in the opening 30 minutes, getting virtually nothing to enthuse about at that time. But now in the last 10 minutes, it's been all action. Bulger, McCaffrey once again backing up. Centre half back who loves to press forward. That's beautifully cut by Joe McNally, just getting there ahead of Mick Lyons. Slightly off balance and a bit under pressure as well. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt in any case. Joe just not enjoying any luck with his finishing. 5 minutes to go then, as McQuillan is in a real old hurry to get this ball out into the middle. 1-7 or 10 points to Meath's 9 points. And Dublin once again are penalised 10 metres. Harnan to take the free, belting it forward. Touched on to McCabe from Stafford. Here's Flynn, good chance. He chips it over the bar and the sides are level yet again. Bernard Flynn's 2nd point, an invaluable one with just 4 minutes to go. John O'Leary punching in midfield. Here's Kevin Foley, left-footed across to Bernard Flynn. Perhaps they consider him to be a potential match winner. Taken down by Dave Carroll. And a free in for Brian Stafford, and every free so crucial at this stage in the game. Stafford, who's kicked 6 points out of Meath's total of 10. Will this be the match winner? It's a good one. Meath go in front with 2 minutes to go. So is Brian Stafford to add a Royal Liver League medal to the medal he won in the All-Ireland Championship 6 months ago? A remarkable player, cool under pressure. So now it's up to Dublin to respond. And the referee signals a foul over there as Kieran Duff is grounded. The referee will probably add on some time for injuries, or into time added on for stoppages in any case. Here's McCaffrey, the side trailing by a point. Is their unbeaten run to end? And are they to lose their league title? Not up. Joe McNally has his way. He's tied up the scores. And I suppose it would be fitting if they both live to fight another day. There was hardly anything between them in any case. So has McNally saved Dublin's bacon? The fans would like to think so. The referee has called for the ball, and I think that's it, yes. The Royal Liver League final ends in a draw. Meath 11 points, Dublin 1-8. Meath thought they had won with that free by Stafford, but McNally had something to say about that, and so they'll have to meet again.
Yes, I think it was a fair result overall. We went 3 points behind. We could have lost with 7 or 8 minutes to go. Then again we come back and we could have won it in the end, but I think you never win a game until the final whistle.
It was very, very tight, dour as well. Not much to cheer about in the first half an hour.
Yes, for the first 40, 50 minutes or so, it was very tight out there. Typical championship stuff like against Dublin as usual. But the last 15, 20 minutes it opened up a little bit, and I think we've seen a bit of free-flowing football.
You mentioned coming back. You went that goal behind to Mick Galvin. You seem to have come on an awful lot in the last 12 months. You seem to have this great self-belief in yourselves that when you go into arrears, you can come back.
Yes, we came back. It was From our own point of view, it was a good point there today to come back with 7 or 8 minutes to go from a goal behind. But then again, we let it slip with a minute or so to go, the last kick of the game, and that's not good either.
Once again, Brian Stafford in magnificent kicking form.
Yes, he had a good day with the frees, all right, but I think there wasn't too many scores from play today. A typical tight game at Dublin, and probably next Sunday might be any different.
Jerry Horgan, a bit of a backs-to-the-wall job there towards the end, almost lucky to get away with it.
Yeah, we were lucky to get away in the end. It would have been unfair on both teams, whoever lost today. Super game, typical Dublin Meath game, tough stuff, but enjoyable.
You had, if I may compliment you here, a magnificent game at full-back. Did you feel good out there?
Yeah, I personally felt good today. It seemed the ball hopping up right to me and seemed to be in the right position at the right time. Just one of those games where everything just seemed to go right for me.
Now, you went a goal ahead through McGalvin midway through that second half. You really should have hung on at that stage, surely.
Yeah, that's the goal we scored. We could have scored a point after that. We put a bit of pressure on me, but in fairness to me, they have some good experienced players, and they kept plugging away. Like McEntee at midfield never stopped ahead, kept them driving them on. So they came back at us. In fairness, it was a fair result in the end.
And afterwards, there was a nice surprise for Jerry Horgan, the Dublin captain. He became the first recipient of the Royal Ivor Man of the Match award presented by Chris Mackay. And so the sides must meet again next Sunday in Croke Park, and a decision on the arrangements for the final of the Royal Ivor National Hurling League, also listed for next Sunday, will be made later. Well, we'll take a break now. Back with